Now, I've said this a few times over the years, but this time I mean it more than ever. In 2023, us RPG fans are in for a treat. In this video, I'll be counting down my top 10 games set for release in 2023, and honestly, I can't remember a year with such a strong lineup. Also, this is my list, and it's going to be different to yours, but I would love to know what games you're most excited for, so leave me a message in the comments below. Now, many of these titles do not have an exact release date, but I'm confident that they'll all be released in 2023. Also, I'm not going to be including remasters, so unfortunately, Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster will not be making an appearance, and neither will Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, since it probably isn't RPG enough. Before we begin, if you like this video, it would help me out a lot if you hit like and subbed for loads more RPG content coming soon. Alright, here it is, my top 10 RPGs set for release in 2023. At number 10, we have Fire Emblem Engage, and this one is right around the corner. This series is one of the leaders of the grid-based tactical RPG genre, but to be honest, I haven't played nearly as many Fire Emblem games as I would like to. The most recent, Fire Emblem Three Houses, was incredible, and I cannot wait for the next chapter of this series. Everything that I've seen so far ticks all of the boxes for me, except for maybe the main character design, which reminds me of something that I would have come up with when I was 8. So, what's this one all about? 1,000 years ago, there was a massive war that led the people to summon emblems to help them. These emblems are heroes from other worlds, which just so happens to be actual characters from past Fire Emblem games. Using these emblem rings will provide an increase to a character's power plus extra skills. Characters can also physically fuse with these emblem characters too, which will allow for special attacks. This sounds really cool, except that I probably won't know half of the past Fire Emblem characters. Either way, this one is only a month away. Get excited, people! Next we have Sea of Stars, which was first launched as a Kickstarter project back in 2020. This is a prequel to the previous title, The Messenger, which was a Metroidvania style game. Sea of Stars tells the story of two children who will combine the powers of the sun and moon to perform eclipse magic, which is the only way to defeat the evil creations of the Fleshmancer. The pixel art here looks incredible, and this goes to show that a game doesn't have to have HD 2D graphics to look amazing. Sea of Stars also has some major Chrono Trigger vibes. I mean, just look at this world map shot. The combat system also seems to be heavily inspired by this classic title, and they've even got Chrono Trigger's composer Yasunori Mitsuda on board, who was a musical genius. Sea of Stars was originally set for a 2022 release, but was delayed to sometime in 2023. Look out for it. At number 8, we have Dragon Age Dreadwolf. Fun fact, the very first video on this channel was Dragon Age Inquisition, which is something you definitely should not watch. No, seriously don't, it's embarrassing. Not much is known about this latest title yet, but what we do know contains a massive spoiler for Inquisition, so if you don't want to hear about that, skip over a little bit. Alright, so the main antagonist here is Solus, and this makes Dreadwolf a direct sequel, unlike previous installments which were standalone titles. If you're unfamiliar, Solus was one of your companions in Dragon Age 3, but his true motives were revealed in the DLC. Again, there is no set date for release, but apparently the game is on track for late 2023. Next we have Octopath Traveler 2, a sequel to 2018's highly acclaimed turn-based RPG Octopath Traveler. If you're out of the loop, the key feature of this series is that there are 8 different characters that you can choose, each with a completely different story and playstyle. Octopath 2 sets out to refine everything we loved about the original while adding a bunch of new features to enhance the experience. Some of these features include a day-night cycle and the use of latent powers in battle. The thing that really excites me, however, is that these characters will now interact more with each other, deepening their relationships with one another. There was a serious lack of this in the original, so it's great to hear that the devs have listened to criticism. Octopath 2 is nearly here, set for release on Feb 24. I feel like I've been waiting for this one forever, and now it's so close I can smell the Polyjuice potion brewing. Now, it's important not to jump to the wrong conclusion. Despite what you may think, this is going to be an awesome Harry Potter game, so don't be muggle-headed about it. Puns aside, I'm talking Hogwarts Legacy. You are a new student at Hogwarts with the unique power to manipulate ancient magic, which comes in all snapes and sizes. Alright, I'm serious. I'll stop. Hogwarts Legacy looks massive and seems to be everything I want from a Harry Potter game. Here, you create your own character, get sorted into a house, attend classes, learn spells, explore Hogwarts and other familiar locations, and loads more.
Here, you'll meet your professors and learn to cast spells, grow magical plants.
Magical plants, eh? Hogwarts Legacy will be slithering into my collection on Feb 10. I feel like I spent every waking moment for 3 months in 2020 playing through the Trail series, which spanned 9 games over 3 main arcs. After that, I was lost. I didn't know what to do with myself, and it's been that way for the past couple of years. Now finally, the next installment in what is one of the best JRPG series ever made is right around the corner. The Legend of Heroes Trails into Reverie. I cannot wait to know what happens next and see this outstanding, extensive cast of characters all over again. And music, I just gotta hear more Falcom masterpieces. Trails into Reverie takes place 5 months after the events of Cold Steel 4 and features all of the characters we know and love from the past games. Unfortunately, this is one of those titles where you're going to want to play the previous games, and this is a huge time investment since each game is massive. A new story mechanic here is that the game is split into 3 different routes. One follows Lloyd, the protagonist of the Crossbow arc, another follows Reen, the protagonist from Cold Steel, and the third follows the mysterious Sea. This kinda reminds me of the Trinity Sight system from Suikoden 3, which I was a huge fan of. Honestly, I'm not sure how much enjoyment you'll get out of this game if you go in cold, but if you are already a fan of the series, this one's a no-brainer. July 7 cannot come soon enough. Now, we can't have a list without a mainline Final Fantasy game, right? The fact that this is number 4 really says a lot about what else we have in store. To be honest, a mainstream FF game has not blown me away since Final Fantasy X. Could this be the one? It very well may be. You will play as Clive through 3 important periods of his life: his teen years, his 20s, and his 30s. How much time is dedicated to each is unknown, but I really love this style of storytelling and it reminds me a lot of Breath of Fire 3. Final Fantasy XVI is going to be much more mature than previous titles. The ESRB has rated it M for blood and gore, partial nudity, sexual themes, strong language, and violence. It even received a PEGI 18 rating in Europe. This more mature approach is a great move. I mean, let's be real. I'm a high school teacher and over the past 10 years, I have met about 3 students who have heard of Final Fantasy. This game should not be for them. It should be for us, the mature, sophisticated types that tell these kids back in my day, Chrono Trigger and stuff like that. Oh, and giant summon battles. That is never a bad thing. Final Fantasy XVI is set for release on the 22nd of June. Before we get into the top 3, here's a couple of honourable mentions that didn't quite make the list. First, we have Wrestle Quest, a wrestling RPG. Oh hell yeah! This game is being developed by Mega Cat Studios, who are known for creating new hard copy games for golden era video game consoles such as the original Nintendo. Wrestle Quest looks like it could be a lot of fun. You can customize your walk-on, build up your hype in battle, unleash loads of crazy moves, then pin your opponent for that 3 count. The 90s WWF fan in me can ensure that I will definitely be checking this one out. Next we have Sports Story. This sports RPG is being developed by Sidebar Games, who created Golf Story, which was awesome. This time the scope is much larger. In addition to golf, you'll be able to play tennis, soccer, BMX, mini golf, volleyball, cricket, plus more. It's been a few years since the Golf Story release, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this series will evolve. Yep, you knew it. Starfield had to be in here somewhere. If this game is not the greatest thing ever, then it has been overhyped, because right now it looks like it could be the greatest thing ever. The Elder Scrolls and Fallout series are often regarded as the pinnacle of the WRPG genre. Bethesda's newest franchise since 2005 will be science fiction, which I guess makes it an open universe game. A while ago, we were treated to a 15-minute gameplay demo with commentary that showed us a lot of what we can expect. The combat, space exploration, diplomacy, the deep RPG mechanics, outpost building, the ability to hire characters, spaceship building, space combat. This looks like the gummy ship system on crack. This is all well and good, but the size of this game is going to be massive. You can explore anywhere on the planet. You can explore every planet in the solar system. You can explore over 100 systems. This is over 1,000 planets at our fingertips, and this is crazy. While we don't have an exact release date, it is scheduled for the first half of 2023. Next we have Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes, and it kills me that this isn't in the #1 spot. I have been waiting for this game for so long, since 2005 actually. I just didn't know what it would be for the past 15 years. Suikoden mastermind Murayama is back with a brand new title built in the spirit of Suikoden. Everything that made this series so amazing seems to be here. A gripping tale of war, over 100 recruitable characters, a headquarters to build up, 1 vs 1 duels, large-scale wars, minigames, you name it, Eiyuden Chronicle got it. There is no exact release date yet, but if you want a taster of this series, make sure you check out the prequel spin-off Eiyuden Chronicle Rising that was released earlier this year. At number 1, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I can't not have this as number 1 after how blown away I was with Remake. I've been counting down the days to find out how this wild ride will progress. The wait has been around 3 years, but fortunately, Square has been drip feeding us with a Yuffie DLC and more recently, Crisis Core Remake Aster. The fact that I have no idea what to expect in terms of the story just makes things even more exciting. Put it this way, I am so excited that I may give the upcoming mobile game Ever Crisis a go. This game will reimagine the timeline of Final Fantasy VII and the compilation. This may very well be the only mobile game I've ever been a tiny bit excited for. Rebirth is set for release in winter 2023, which means it could possibly run into early 2024. A Christmas release? That would be amazing. And there it is, my top 10 RPGs set for release in 2023. This lineup looks amazing, and like I said, I cannot remember a lineup looking this strong in the past. But this was just my list. What do you think? What RPGs are you most looking forward to in 2023? Let me know in the comments below. This was Hellfire RPGs, thanks for watching. If you liked this, hit like and be sure to sub for more RPG content. See you next time.